Hi, Pre-K. As you know, we're learning about space for the next couple of weeks. It's so exciting. I've heard from a lot of your families that you're very excited about learning about space, and that makes me excited to teach you about it. So, here is today's book. This book is called The Sun's Family of Planets. And this book is called a nonfiction book. And you'll learn more about that when you get to kindergarten. But nonfiction means it's facts and information. Okay, so this is real facts and information that are happening, not a made up story. Mrs. Fredericks read you a fiction book, which is a made up story yesterday about Pluto. Okay, this is a book, this has real photographs in it of all kinds of stuff in space. I'll show you them in a minute. So, the sun's family of planets. So look, we see some planets right here. Let's learn about these. There's the title page. When the night is clear, you can see many stars. I bet you've seen the stars in the sky. The stars are very far away. They look like points of light. The sun is a star too. It looks much bigger than the other stars because we are so close to it. There it is right there. But not every point of light in the sky is a star. Some are planets. Stars stay in the same part of the sky. So the stars don't move from the part. Yesterday or Monday, I showed you that this is our whole universe or galaxy. I can't remember, but that's where we live, in there. But planets are always moving. They're moving around the sun. The sun and its family of 9 planets are called the solar system. So this whole thing is called the solar system. So the sun stays in the same place and the stars stay in the same place, but the planets go around the sun. It's kind of hard to understand. Mercury is the planet closest to the sun. You couldn't live there. It's too hot when the sun's shining on it, and it's too cold when there's no sun shining on it. Or on the second planet, Venus, they're much too hot. Look at Venus, kind of looks like it's on fire. The third planet from the sun is neither too hot nor too cold. It has plenty of air and water, so you could live there. What planet do you think this is? I bet you might know. In fact, you do live there. The third planet is our Earth. Of all the planets in the solar system, only Earth is green with plants and alive with animals and people. So we live on the Earth. Mars is the fourth planet from the sun. Its air is cold, but you might be able to live there if you wear a spacesuit. Mars is covered with red dust. And this picture, I think, is from a telescope because it's a little bit blurry. And most of the pictures that I've seen about Mars have been like a reddish brown color. Oh, let's see what this is. Space probes, which are spaceships with no people on them, landed on Mars and took pictures. Someday, people from Earth will travel to Mars and explore it. The planets beyond Mars are much too cold to live on. That's because they're so far away from the sun. The largest planet is Jupiter. More than 1,000 Earths could fit inside Jupiter. That's how huge it is. Jupiter is covered by colorful clouds. How many different colors can you see? And that is the storm that's on Jupiter. They call it the big red spot. In this picture, it's not red for some reason. I see some kind of like yellow. I see some brown. I see some blue. I see some white. Do you see any other colors I missed? You might. The next planet is Saturn. It has many beautiful rings around it. Look at how pretty that is. The rings are made of bits of ice and rock. So that's a close-up picture of the rings. That's pretty. Uranus and Neptune have been called twin planets because they're almost the same size. Kind of like our Max and Marin, twins. Uranus gives off a greenish glow. Neptune is bright blue. I'm wondering if this is a big storm or clouds on Neptune. Maybe someday you'll be an astronaut and we'll figure out how to get to Neptune and you can tell me what those are. Now, Mrs. Fredericks yesterday read you about poor Pluto. And I told you on Monday that Pluto, when I was in school and when your families were in school, was a planet. And then they decided Pluto wasn't a planet anymore. So this book was another book that was written when Pluto was a planet. So I'm going to read you this, even though they've decided Pluto's not a planet anymore. So it says, Pluto is the I don't know which one Pluto is the smallest planet and the coldest. Some scientists think it might be solid ice. Do other stars besides the sun have planets? I don't know. Some people think they do, but no one has found a planet near another star, except for our sun. Scientists are looking for other planets, but there is still much to learn about the 9 planets in our own star's family. So look, this is a satellite. This is how we get TV. So this shows you beautiful pictures of what we just read about. So there's Mercury is the closest, then Venus, then our Earth, then Mars, then Jupiter, then Saturn, then Uranus, then Neptune, and then Pluto that isn't a planet anymore. All right, I hope you liked listening to that book. Learning about planets and the solar system is so much fun because every time I study about this with kids, I learn something new. So I can't wait to learn something new with you. I'll see you tomorrow.